Hey guys, welcome to the Madrid car show. We're here for the first time checking the new Hyundai Ioniq 5N. Now this is the performance version, but besides being the performance version, it's the best looking Ioniq 5. So there's some loud music in the background. Hopefully I won't get a copyright strike. We're gonna keep talking and go around the car to check the amazing exterior details. Now the front bonnet is mostly the same. I like the sharp lines and I like the sharp edges and the pixel lights that turn off for the moment. Not sure why. Maybe because I turned off the car. You have amazing details. Even on the headlight, you have some nice accents in this gray finish N-line badge. Have the wide lens camera, 360 of course. There are air openings here. I'm not sure if these are actually functional, but there are air intakes at the bottom, as you can see. This is all in piano black, and then you have the red accent on the N models, of course. You have the side tunneling for better aerodynamics. This one is also pushing the air to the side and looking very nice. You have parking sensors, 360 there. So really nice accents, really nice alloys, if I may add. We have the black side contrasting mirrors and the black, that's matte black badge there. Sorry for the lights are flickering. This is kind of a new standard on a car show, so I'm not anything I can do about. Okay, music has stopped. Continuing on, beautiful looking EV, performance EV. Alloys are beautiful. It came with a Pirelli P0 tires. You can see the red contrasting. Actually, this is more like an amber or orange color. You can see here diamond cut silver on matte gray. Looks nice with the beautiful lug nuts and N covers. Tire dimension is around here. So I think that's, let me see here from the other side. That's 275 35 R21. So 21-inch alloys. We have the black side contrasting mirrors with the cameras. And if I show you the profile, this is the best looking sport EV, I would say. You can see the side skirt, you can see the N signature there, and then you have also the air tunneling through the sides going to the back. You can see the rear disc, also contrasting calipers. You can see the handles, keyless entry, driver has the physical cylinder, and you can see the black trim, tinted windows and panel roof in black shark fin antenna. You can see the spoiler is tunneling the air through. There's a little gap for the stoplight, so I like all of the details. There's a optional, actually might be standard in the N, rear view mirror digital option, so that's the camera for that. Now checking the back end, looks very dynamic with this diffuser. So you have these standard lights, black badge, Ioniq 5 and Hyundai badge, a little definite orange accent rather than red. You have the accent on the diffuser. You can see the diffuser with 3 strikes in the middle, maybe 5 to count the edges, and you can see these kind of almost like race flag just in red squares, and there's the air exiting through there. You have the wide lens camera for parking, white illumination for the lights. Now checking the car from this end, looks amazing, and you can see the charge port, Type 2 for AC, combined CCS2 for DC. Press here to close, and this of course has the bi-directional charging. Now if we open, it's to the right side of the camera. Press. Now this opens nice and tall. I'm a 2-meter tall person. That's 6 by 6 in feet. So you can see here those. The button for opening and closing. You can here close manually. The top is plain. You can open from the inside if for some reason it won't open. You have the cover here. It's a textile. You open it like that and you can see the very big cargo space. It is a bit shallow height-wise at the front, but you have some storage inside as well. So you have a step here. It's like 1 finger height. And you can see the additional storage You pull this out, you can see the additional storage inside. There's an N there, so you can see you can put some stuff like cables on the sides there. Now checking here, you have center points on all 4 sides. Here's the emergency unlock for the charge port. If the charging station won't release it, you can release it manually. You have pull light on the left side, plus 12-volt outlet and 180 watts. You can push this out and you can put it up here. So that would allow the seats to tilt back. You can see the seats knock down 60-40. You can press here to lower that. Now, unfortunately, there's nothing to knock down the seats from the rear. You'll have to go to the side. Now, let's get inside. You have this handles. Good closing sound, excellent to be honest. The doors open very wide. It's easy to get inside. If you have a child seat, it's easy to put it inside as well. You can see the seals. There's another inside seal and seal here. So the doors go all the way down, so this area won't be wet when you wash the car. You have a shade here that you can put, also practical if you have kids on the back. Now, this is all softly padded, covered by leather stitching here as well. You have the gray accents here. This is just a protection film. Power windows, fully automatic, and heated seats, big pockets. Speaker there with an ambient light. Now this is plastic, but it's a nice finish. Blue contrast stitching with some raised elements. N-line aluminum doorstep on the back, and then here you can knock down this one. You can see it's almost flat but going upwards, and that's the room, very spacious. So this locks into 90-degree angle. You can see the other seat. So I'm gonna use my elbow to lower it. You can actually see now how far this can tilt. Now the seats, nice leather, has a nice texture, contrast stitching, then black, and then Alcantara that's perforated in the middle. We have a panel roof that's openable as well. So this is a bit shallow, but that's standard for EVs. You can see the contrasting carpets. So, okay, feet room, but it's a bit tight. Now this is probably lowered. There's loads of knee room, and you can see these sport seats with the N on the back. You have 2 USB-Cs on the back. So this is a very interesting design. A little bit sport there, elements. And you can see the ambient lights inside. We have the armrest. Here it's nice and rubberized. There are LED lights on the top, and all 3 sides besides the driver have this slowly closing handles. Now there's a little button, it's physical, you can press. So if someone left the door open, I can show you the closing sound. I know that the soundproof is amazing, so let me just adjust the seat here. Okay, headspace. Now this is sort of normal seat position, and because of the panel roof there is an edge. But if I tilt, yeah, it's still a problem for a tall person, but for an average height person it should be okay. There's loads of space in the interior on the back seat. These seats are nicely profiled and very comfortable. This one's a bit stiff, so I wouldn't fit a third person for a longer journey. You can adjust the seatbelt height there, and on the side in the B pillars you have AC vents, which is also very nice. So very spacious and comfortable on the back. So that's one of the huge advantages of the Ioniq 5 N-Line. Now, good closing sound once again. So this is the same. So on the top here we have blue stitching instead of black. You can see all the elements. You can lock the rear, power windows, lock, unlock the car, and nice big handles here. So everything is padded besides the bottom, but it is quite good. So we have Bose speakers, I didn't notice that. Aluminum doorstep, and here's your tire pressure, very important. Checking the sport paddles, so again N and racetrack flag motives, but there's a lot of rubber there, so that's nice for the grip. Seats, in this case these are manual. This is for tilt. This is for up and down, push up to slide back and forward. Alcantara leather, big bolsters on top and the bottom, airbags, and illuminated N logo right there. You can see the top. Before we jump in, auto hold, electronic parking brake, headlight height, traction off. You can open the cargo space from the driver position and the charge port. Steering column is manual. Now this isn't a speaker, but it's padded for your knees. Okay, let's close and hear the closing sound. Good closing sound, decent soundproof. There is loud music in the background. Now I'm gonna turn on the car. Okay guys, we've turned on the car, so we're in Spain, so we haven't switched this to English. I'm gonna say here probably no. Now, the car is making, for the N, kind of exhaust sound or engine sound, so that's one of the features. Now, you can see here the controls. Now, I just want to skip through these. You can see the infotainment and just quickly go through. So you have the standard apps. This is finally nice and fast compared to some previous N models. They're not electric, but you can see here the details that you have. There are two screens, so you have the motor, steering, suspension, I guess for the electric motor, traction control, heads-up display, and, well, I guess some sort of fake exhaust sound you can turn on. There are a lot of options here. There's the drag mode, track mode for the battery system. So I guess, you know, the car tells the battery what's better for it. And for the transmission, if you want to do some of the classical things you want to do with a sports car. And then there's other customizable options. That's regarding the, of course, the N part. The rest, there's like here, like a coach when the car is new, but the rest is pretty much familiar. You always have the navigation on the side. It's nice and fast, so I'm not going to dive deep into this. There are a lot of options. Here's the battery, 92%. You can see this is meters or kilometers, so you can pass 336 kilometers on 92% of charge. You have here some information about the charging and some options for the battery I'm not going to go into. So that's the infotainment, real nice, real fast. I know there's a lot of menus, inside menus in Hyundai and Kia. Over here we have the screen options here, so you can see if you use the roller, you can see here all the specs. You can see torque vectoring, lap timer, G-forces, and so on. Sorry for being brief. At the car show, they want to lock the car. They just gave me the car because I'm a press, so you can customize those as well. And then there's cruise settings, distance, and so on. But that was just a little tour. And not to forget, you can see the heads-up display right there. It's nice and big. Inside, you can see the ambient lights on the front and rear. And this is illuminated blue with some blue accents on all of the controls. If you press here N, you can see the screen switches and the head-up display switches. So this one really looks nice. Then you can press this one, then you have a different gauge, same on the heads-up display, and the sound changes. You can hear that. So very amazing car. Definitely would love to test one. I'm not sure if I'm gonna have the opportunity, but just wanted to show you a little demo of that. And you're greeted by this nice animation, sound, and information about the battery. Now, after the key, so I can show you the infotainment briefly. Now let's continue with the interior details on the front. Checking the steering wheel from the front here, close up, nice smooth leather, perforated on the sides and then smooth at the bottom. 3-spoke looking amazing. You have nice big buttons. that we saw for the driving modes, or the special driving modes. Here are the standard driving modes, and you can see the recuperation paddles behind, cruise control settings, options for the screen you saw, and here scroll button for that, lane assist, favorites, phone calls, and so on, volume. I think it's very intuitive for the most part. Here you can see the light switch, keep it on automatic, wiper controls. This, I always thought this was a speaker, but this is a magnet apparently. And one thing I like about the Ioniq N, or excuse me, Ioniq 5N, is that this is black bezel, not white. It was really standing out, and I disliked it on the Ioniq, or was it Kia? EV9, I forgot now, but yeah, but this should be black like the rest of the interior. You saw the heads-up display, so the dash is hard plastic in this case. It's padded here a bit, but this one's, I guess, around the heads-up display, so it's not. Speakers, 2 speakers, and light sensor. So the dash looks familiar. There's leather here, hazards, and for the N line, I guess this blue detail is there. You can see the start stop. Now there's a park button, and for the driving, park, reverse, neutral drive, so you just tilt to this. You saw this when it was on. Below you have AC, and here you have some shortcuts. USB-C for phone and media, so there's 2, one for the passenger. You have the QI charge NFC here, and detail. This is all rubberized, parking camera, shortcut, and sorry I didn't show you the camera, but they're good resolution. As far as my memory serves me, parking sensors, 2 USB Caesar on the back, one in the front, and you have a 12 outlet on the front and in the cargo space as I showed you. These go inside if you want to have more space, then you just press, and the bottom is rubberized. This armrest, there's a little textile on the bottom, quite spacious and deep. You can see that. This also extends slightly, but that's it. Seats, well, they feel comfy for the sport seats. This is very spacious. You have the light inside, so nice and deep, slowly opening. It's plastic, but it's a nice high quality finish on the plastic, I'd say. Now the seat is quite low. I think it can go lower, but I do have enough headspace, so, and I can go slightly lower. I don't know about people's feet room then, but you definitely have a great overview for the side mirrors and the front. I can see the hood still, but very nice feeling. This is one of the cars I really like to test. I'm not sure if I'm going to get opportunity to do that in Croatia. There's a speaker right there, and I think we're gonna wrap it up. On the top you have the classic mirror, you have the screen options, so when you flip this it turns the backup camera. I was kind of rushing because they want to close the car, so I'm just gonna wrap it here. Emergency lights, you saw the LED lights on the top. Roof liner is black and soft. Have the documents holder, big beauty mirror. The light turns on, and then when you close it, it flips the switch and turns it off. So amazing EV, performance EV. I'm just gonna show you the front. There is no front space, but just to show it to you to make it complete. So in the middle, push to the left. Of course, you have the gas struts. So you get something that resembles an engine cover, but since this is an electric motor all-wheel drive, this is just a cover for those of you who feel nostalgic. That's the washer fluid you need to top up eventually, and that's it. Just let it drop and it closes perfectly. So that was the beautiful Ioniq 5N. Thanks for watching. If you want to see more from Madrid Car Show, do subscribe and click the bell to get notified when I upload more videos.